The full moon hung low in the sky, casting a pale glow over the pink palace's garden. A faint breeze stirred the tall grass surrounding the ancient well, where Coraline Jones had buried the Beldam's hand and the key that once opened the door to the other world. It was supposed to be over. The Beldam's reign had ended when Coraline tricked her into shutting the door, trapping her in the dark, empty world she had created to lure children like Coraline. But something stirred beneath the earth. The stones that had covered the well were still in place, forming a protective seal over the hole. Or so it seemed. Deep below, in the cold, damp darkness of the well, the Beldam's severed hand twitched. The key, which Coraline had triumphantly thrown down the well, lay next to the hand, glinting faintly in the moonlight that filtered through the cracks. It had been waiting, like the hand, for the perfect moment. The Beldam was nothing if not patient. The ground above shifted slightly as the hand twitched again, and this time it moved. Slowly, deliberately, it crawled toward the key, skeletal fingers wrapping around the cold metal. The hand's movements were weak at first, but the longer it clutched the key, the stronger it became. It dragged itself toward the smooth wall of the well and began to climb. Above ground, the garden was still. The pink palace loomed in the background, a silent witness to the horrors that had unfolded just days before. No one noticed when the stone covering the well shifted slightly, creating a small gap. A slender, spider-like hand, clutched tightly around a large ornate key, slipped out. The Beldam's hand was free. It scuttled across the grass, driven by a single purpose, to return to its mistress. But there was no body waiting for it. Not yet. That was why it had the key. The door to the other world had been closed, but not forever. Not while the key remained. As the hand moved closer to the house, the black cat, who had watched Coraline's battle with the Beldam from a distance, appeared. It stalked silently through the shadows, eyes gleaming like opals in the dark. The cat knew what was happening, and it was ready to act. The hand, sensing the danger, picked up speed. Its fingers dug into the earth, pulling itself along in frantic jerks. But the cat was faster. With a powerful leap, it pounced, claws outstretched. The hand swerved just in time, barely avoiding the cat's attack. The key clattered to the ground, and for a brief moment, the hand hesitated. The cat leapt again, but the hand seized the key and scrambled up the side of the house, disappearing into the shadows. It slipped through a small crack near the door that led to the old cellar. The Beldam had prepared for such an occasion. Her body, once destroyed, could be reassembled. The hand knew where it needed to go. Inside the cellar, the air was thick with the smell of dust and decay. In the far corner, beneath an old rotting shelf, the remnants of the Beldam's body lay hidden. A dress torn and worn, scattered bones, and a hollow shell of what had once been a terrifying, powerful entity. The hand crawled over to the pile of bones, dragging the key along with it. Slowly, piece by piece, the bones began to move. The dress, once elegant, began to reknit itself, weaving into the fabric of the shadows. The Beldam's body reformed, stitching together like a grotesque marionette, being pieced back for one final show. When the body was complete, it remained motionless for a moment, as if gathering strength. The hand, now fully attached, trembled. Then, in a sickening snap, the Beldam's head jerked up. She was back. Her button eyes gleamed in the darkness, and a twisted smile crept across her face. The key she once so desperately sought hung from her bony fingers. She stood, stretching her long, spindly limbs, relishing the freedom she had regained. The Beldam was reborn. Outside, the cat paced restlessly. It had failed to stop the hand, but it knew the fight wasn't over. Coraline might have closed the door, but doors could always be opened again. The Beldam turned the key in her fingers, feeling its weight. It wouldn't be long before she found another child to lure into her web. There were always more, and this time she would not be defeated so easily. From the shadows of the Pink Palace, she watched, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike again.